On a clear summer's night, there is no better place to be. The big ships bring passengers. Cargo ships carry machinery and other things. One morning, "I wish I could sail to faraway lands," sighed Duck.
Me too, Jack. Just imagine, living like the captain of the seven seas.
You mean like the harbor master in Theodore Tugboat?
Exactly.
"Engines can't go sailing," snorted Percy, "because engines can't float."
I hate to admit it, you two, but Percy's right. I mean, engine sailing overseas is, well, what's the word that I'm looking for? Ah, yeah, that's right.
Suddenly they were rudely interrupted. "Wakey, wakey," hovered Harold. Replied Duck. "That's the regatta," whirred Harold. "Lots of boats, lots of races, great fun. I hover round in case I'm needed."
Wait, Harold. Is it possible that you could go to the horizon?
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Sam. There's no way that Harold could...
"Yes, and beyond."
Ow!
"I didn't know there was a beyond," whispered Percy.
Me neither, Percy.
"Do you go to other places at sea?" continued Duck. "Certainly. I can land on ships, you know, anywhere, anytime. Goodbye."
You know, sometimes Harold amazes me.
Duck sighed. He went on talking about the regatta all day. "Well, Duck, I'd rather have my wheels on solid ground."
I agree with you, Percy. Harold might go to beyond, but engines rails could take them places they could ever wish to see.
Okay, let's set the record straight here. Boy, that's a loud horn. I can barely hear myself not think.
What is that?
"That's an emergency," called Duck's driver. "I'll check with the harbour master."
Take one down, pass it around. One bottle of pop on the wall. Where the heck is Duck's driver?
What happened, sir?
"A man taking part in the regatta has hurt his hand. We're to take him to the hospital at the next station.
Okay, so where is he?
Harold's bringing him now. Come on."
Good luck with Duck, Sam.
Thanks, Ben.
whirred Harold as he landed carefully on the platform. The man was gently helped to safety.
Harold, aren't you coming with us?
My job is to stay at sea in case of other emergencies. Otherwise, I would take this gentleman to hospital myself. Must fly. Goodbye.
Aye, aye, Captain Duck.
When they reached the station, the man thanked everyone and Bertie got ready to take him to hospital. "You look splendid flying along the line, Duck," glowed Bertie. "No wonder they call you Great Western."
Duck, I just realized something. Percy and Ben were right. Engines are happiest when the wheels are firmly on the rails.
The air was warm and the sea calm.
Oh, I see a shooting star,
said Duck. "Don't be daft," laughed Percy. "It's Harold. Look, he's hovering overhead."
It looks like Harold's dropping something and it's coming to Duck. What is it, Sam?
It's a flag from the regatta. Harold is giving it to you as a present, Duck.
"That was kind of Harold," whispered Duck. "He may have whirly arms instead of wheels, but he seems to understand just what an engine needs."
Whew. Sure wish Percy and I had thought of that back in episode 9.
Duck still wonders about the lands beyond the horizon, but he enjoys being with friends most of all, and I think he knows that sometimes the best travels are those we can only dream about. Don't you? One morning, Thomas was being cleaned when Gordon arrived. Mud had blown all over his smart blue paint. "Hello, Gordon," called Thomas. "You look as if you've had a mud bath. Be a sensible engine. Have a shower instead."
Well, to tell you the truth, Thomas, Gordon has been rolling in the mud for the past few weeks now. But a shower would be nice. What do you say, Gordon?
Gordon snorted. "I haven't time to dawdle over my appearance like fussy little tank engines do."
Okay, Mr. Grumpy Pants.
The wind blew stronger.
Whoa, Gordon! Slow down!
This made Gordon even crosser. "I'll be dirty and late, he hissed. At the next station was a sign. All trains must wash down daily. James had just finished being cleaned.
Come on, Gordon, it's your turn now. You'll feel better after a good hose down. What do you say?
"Pah!" said Gordon, and angrily let off steam.
You're a very naughty engine, Gordon. Because thanks to you, James needs another hose down, and we'll have to wait until your turn till later.
"Good riddance," huffed Gordon. "I'm far too busy to waste time with water." He finished his journey safely and steamed into the big station. The Fat Controller was waiting. So were Gordon's coaches and the passengers. "Goodness gracious," said the Fat Controller.
I know, right? Gordon cannot take a bath and he won't get all of his mud out. Unlike my days as a stand-up comedian.
And now, Prejudiced Joe's old-timey humor. Hey, what do you call a man who just lost all logic? A woman! How many women does it take to screw in a light bulb? Screwing a light bulb? That's a man's job. Get back to cooking. What do you call a woman who thinks she has the same rights as a man? A damn good comedian. Thank you, thank you. Now, let me talk about that wacky Martin Luther King Jr. I'll need my blackface for this one.
But enough about that. What do you highly suggest, sir?
"Henry will have to do it."
Yes, sir. Okay, Gordon. This is the last straw. This is the final. This is the very, very last straw indeed. We are giving you a bath whether you like it or not.
Gordon was soon being washed. "Mind my eyes," he grumbled. Then he pulled trucks for the rest of the day.
Get used to this, Gordon. We're going to be doing this all day long.
He bumped them hard. That's for you, and you, and you. Trucks will be trucks, said James. They won't be me, snorted Gordon. I'll teach them.
I guess that's Gordon's only punishment for not taking a bath. But to the kids at home, you might want to take a bath so that you won't upset your parents.
James got ready to take the express when Gordon returned. Be careful, warned Gordon. The hills are slippery.
I believe Gordon's right. I think you may need help.
I don't need help on hills, replied James huffily.
Suit yourself.
Earlier, a storm had swept Gordon's Hill, blowing leaves onto the track. Even though the storm had passed, the hill was still difficult to climb. James knew this. The signal showed clear and James began to go faster. I'll do it. I'll do it, he puffed. Halfway up, he was not so sure. I must do it, I must do it. But his wheels slipped on the leaves. He couldn't pull the train at all. Help, help, whistled James. His wheels were turning forward, but the heavy coaches pulled him backwards. The whole train started slipping down the hill. His driver shut off steam and put on the brakes. Then carefully, he stopped the train.
We told you so, James.
Ah, well, we live and learn. Clouds of smoke and steam towered from the snorting engines. We can do it, puffed James. We will do it, puffed Gordon. At last, they reached the top. Beep, beep, thank you, goodbye, whistled James. Poop, poop, answered Gordon. Goodbye.
Gordon, by the time James does it again, remind me to bring a bag of sand with me.
That night, the Fat Controller came to see the engines.
Please, sir. Gordon has been working hard all day long and now he's covered in mud again. So can Gordon pull coaches again now?
If you understand that having a good washdown is essential to every engine, then yes, Gordon, you may. Thank you.
Well, looks like my work here is done. See you tomorrow, Gordon.
The other engines settled happily to sleep. Dirty or clean, I'm a famous machine, murmured Gordon, but no one heard but him. Thomas and Percy are good friends, but sometimes Percy teases Thomas about being frightened, and he doesn't like that at all. One evening he was dozing happily in the shed, but Percy wanted to talk. Wake up, Thomas. Certainly not. Anyway, I was only pretending to be scared. I knew it was you, really. Percy went on teasing him. I hope the guard leaves the light on for you tonight. Why? Asked Thomas. I quite like the dark. Oh, really? Exclaimed Percy. I am surprised. I'd always thought you were afraid of the dark. I wonder why. Thomas decided to say nothing and went to sleep instead.
Come on, Thomas, let's get to work. Oh, before I forgot, the Fat Controller wants us to go to the harbor tonight to collect something rather unusual.
What sort of something?
I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see.
Just pull the trucks over here, Percy. That's a good engine.
Henry arrived with his goods train.
Well, looks like the tracks are clear now, Percy. Let's get back to work.
Then there was trouble.
What happened, signalman?
The points are jammed, called the signalman. I can't switch them back. The workmen will mend them in the morning. It's too late now.
Oh, great. Now what do we do?
Said Percy's driver.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to accept it. Well, wait, where are you going, driver?
Home for tea. Oh dear, he murmured. It's very dark.
Yeah, it's as dark as the basement at my house. Dibbly, 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 dibbly!
Oh, what's that? It was only an owl, but Percy didn't realise this. I wish Thomas was here too, he sighed.
Me as well. And I also wish Ben was here. He'd know what to do in a situation like this.
Suddenly, there it was. Cinders and ashes, cried Thomas. It's a dragon.
Don't worry, Thomas. This isn't a real dragon. This one is just made of paper. It's for the carnival that the Fat Controller is putting on tomorrow.
Workmen lifted the dragon onto Thomas's low loader and put lights all around it for protection.
Wow, the dragon looks realistic in the mist. I hope no one grabs the wrong end of the stick.
I just had a dream that a dragon was flying right by me.
Help! Cried Percy. I'm not going to open my eyes until my driver comes.
Neither am I.
Gordon was just about to leave with the express. Gordon was in no mood for puzzles. I'm a busy engine. I don't have time for your games.
We saw a huge, terrifying dragon. It was covered in lights and everything.
Gordon snorted. When the other engines heard the news, they laughed too.
I think they may be right, Percy. We must have been so scared of the dark we were seeing things.
Cried Percy.
Oh, please, Mr. Dragon, don't gobble us up. We'll do anything you want. Thomas? Ben?
Yeah, it's us. The dragon's a fake. It's a paper dragon for the carnival.
By the way, how was your night out?
It was,
Scary? Oh, don't worry about it. There's nothing to be afraid of in reality.
There isn't? Oh, thank goodness.
Well, Percy, said Thomas, maybe we do get scared sometimes, but if we're not afraid to tell each other, then that means we're quite brave too.
So true, Thomas. So true.
Yeah, that's a good lesson for other engines in the future.
In springtime, Rusty loves to visit a faraway place. It's filled with bluebells. The air smells sweet and Rusty thinks there is no better place to be. One day, Thomas was passing by just as Rusty was having a drink.
Good morning, Thomas.
Beep beep, good morning, whistled Thomas. I don't know, said Rusty, but I soon will.
Yes, indeed, Rusty. They need another Bluebell engine to help run the special line.
A bluebell engine, laughed Rusty. Maybe I can find one.
Morning, Ben.
Morning, Sam and Rusty. What brings you guys here? Why you ask?
The Bluebell line seems a bit lonely for Rusty, so we need another engine to help Rusty run the special line.
Oh, I understand. Which reminds me, where exactly, Rusty?
You mean on the other railway?
Exactly, Douglas. Rusty and I are going to find a Bluebell engine.
I'd like to help, but these days it's only diesels that go there. Then Rusty decided.
Boy, diesels these days. They just can't get enough of what they do their best. Do they? My thoughts exactly. Which reminds me, how did you and Sam find Oliver and Toad in the place where only the diesels works anyway?
Good news, Rusty. The manager says he'll help find a home for a Bluebell engine if we find one.
Right, said Rusty. We'll find one tomorrow.
Hey guys!
Ben, what are you doing here?
I thought about what you are going to do, so I've decided to make it up for myself, and I want to come with you guys.
Why?
I don't really know. I just had a sense of thought.
Okay, Ben, join the team.
It took them all of the next day to travel to the other railway. Darkness fell and the cold wind blew.
Wow. I never thought this place would be a little bit...
Haunted?
Good point.
Well, now what do we do?
Well, one of us should probably get someone's attention.
Alright, Ben. You better do that.
Wait. Why me?
Because it is your plan, after all.
Okay, you're right. Hello? 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 Hello?
Who are you?
Wow. I guess it worked.
Rusty plucked up courage. I'm a shed and sidings inspection diesel. Have you any engines in the shed? No.
Rusty, think of something else.
And, what about the sidings?
One. We have one.
Rusty grew braver still. Then I'll just go and inspect.
Phew, thank goodness we got through that. Oh, and really, Rusty, Me and Sam as two plumbers from Italy? Do we look like Mario and Luigi to you? Yeah, you're right, I fuss too much.
A small engine with a tall funnel stood sad and alone in the shadowy siding.
Holy macaroni! Is that the engine we are looking for, Rusty?
"Excuse me," said Rusty. "Do you like bluebells?" The engine looked startled. "Yes, bluebells are beautiful."
Well then, you're going to see lots of them because we are getting you out.
Only one problem.
What's that, Ben?
The engine's firebox became detached to the engine's boiler. But don't worry, I'll get it back on.
How are you going to do that?
Well, I'm going to slip the firebox back into the engine, connecting it back to its boiler, all while driving that bulldozer. Thanks! Now let's get started! Hey, look at that! I'm driving a bulldozer! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
This might take a while.
Whoa, thank goodness that's over. By the way, small engine, we never got to ask you, what's your name? Well, it's very nice to meet you, Stepney. I'm Ben, otherwise known on the internet as Ackleyattack4427, and this is my good friend Sam.
Also known as SamTheThomasFan1.
And we must not forget Rusty.
Come on, Ben. We gotta get Stepney's fire going.
Good idea, Sam. I guess it's worth after driving that bulldozer.
It was difficult to set the fire, but soon it was glowing hot and Stepney had a good head of steam.
How does that feel, Stepney?
Good. Now let's get out of here before they find out about this.
Good idea. Sam, you take Rusty and I'll take Stepney.
Right.
So off they set, past the bleak and brooding line of diesels.
Where is he going?
They hissed. "Just down the line," replied Rusty.
For a long while, guys. So, see ya.
But may the pasta be with you.
And they chuffered quickly away. We've done it! We're over the border and back on our own railway. Mission accomplished.
Phew. We finally made it back.
Wait, is that oil on your forehead?
Oh, I guess you're right. I guess I just got that while I was driving that bulldozer. But for now, once this is over, I'll take a shower.
Good idea. Good news, Stepney. They say they'll repair you and give you a new coat of paint. And we'll give you a good driver and fireman to look after.
and helped all the passengers who visit at Bluebell time. The Bluebell engine. One winter's night, when the cold wind blew, the engines found it hard to sleep. What we need, suggested Toby, is to listen to a story. A mysterious story, said Percy. But, added Duck, it must have a happy ending.
Well, lucky for you all, Ben and I can tell you the story about the time we worked with the narrow gauge engines. Ben, would you start us off, please?
Certainly, Sam.
So everyone listened.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little engines who lived in their own little shed on their own little railway. Their names were Duke, Stuart, and Falcon.
We heard about these 3 engines when we came to visit the railway and agreed to help them out with their work.
Now, Duke was the oldest and named after his grace, the Duke of Sordor. He was proud of this and loved to keep the little engines in order, especially with Sam and I helping out.
Whenever Stuart and Falcon did something that Duke thought wrong, he would say, "That would never suit his grace."
Other engines came and went, but Duke lasted them all. Stuart and Falcon used to call him Grandpuff. They were fond of him, but they were tired of hearing all about his grace.
Sometimes they would tease him and shout, "Engines come, engines go, Grandpuff goes on forever." Now shut up, you two. You really shouldn't be teasing Duke like that.
Sam's right. Duke may be old, but he can be as really useful as the both of you.
You impertinent scallywags, Duke would say. Whatever are you engines coming to?
Yeah, well, you won't be young forever, you know.
That's right, and you better clean up your act now, or else you'll end up like Smudger.
Oh, Grandpa, whatever happened?
Smudger, said Duke, was a show-off.
Oh, I remember the time I met that little green engine. He rolled roughly and almost came off the track.
Duke, Sam and I warned him to be careful, but he took no notice.
We do here, I said.
You have no idea what spills could get you into, Smudger.
You could have a terrible accident or something.
But Smudger just laughed. Until one day, manager said he was going to make him useful at last. Smudger stopped laughing then.
Why? What did he do?
I'll tell you what he did. He turned him into a generator!
He's still there behind our shed.
He'll never move again.
After that, Stuart and Falcon became really useful engines, and all 5 of us were happy together for many years.
Then, hard times came. The mines in the hills closed. And the railway was closed too. Oh no, Ben! What's gonna happen to Duke, Stuart, and Falcon now?
I don't know, Sam. We could buy them, but we're just learning how to be junior train drivers.
I wish there was some way the engines can still be really useful.
And there was. People came to buy the engines.
We'll take Stuart and Falcon.
No one wanted Duke. They thought him too old. Sam and I decided to go with Stuart and Falcon to keep an eye on them for Duke.
Cheer up, Grandpuff, called Stuart.
Don't worry, Duke. We'll take good care of Stuart and Falcon for you.
No problem, Duke. We'll be back soon and then it will be just like the old days. We promise.
They tried to be brave and cheerful, but no one really thought their dreams would come true. Duke's driver and fireman oiled and greased him one last time. They sheared him snugly and said goodbye. They had to go away and find work. Duke was alone.
Oh well, he sighed. I'll go to sleep. It'll help pass the time.
Winter terrains wash soils from the hills. Trees and branches grew all over. You wouldn't have known a shed was there, let alone a little engine asleep inside.
That's not a happy ending, exclaimed Percy.
Au contraire, Percy. There will be.
Yeah, but that will have to wait until next time.
It was a beautiful moonlit night on the island of Sodor. The day's work was done and all the engines puffed safely home. You mean the one about Duke, the lost engine? Exactly, said Henry.
Or you can help us tell the story if you wish, Thomas.
Great, let's get started.
Duke was old and lived with two young engines called Stuart and Falcon. They teased Duke and called him Grandpuff, but they, along with me and Sam, were happy together.
Then their line closed down, and the young engines went away. Duke was alone in the shed. He went to sleep, and everything around him changed. But Duke was never forgotten, because Ben and I remember the promise we gave to him before we left, and that was we'd all be together soon.
You're probably wondering what we're doing in your office, sir. Well, you see...
We want to find Duke, and make him happy again, because we promised that we'd all be together again.
Maps lay everywhere.
I have an idea, sir. If we follow the old lines shown here on this map, we'll travel north to the village and then into the mountains.
Sounds like an idea. Hey look, the sign to the old station. My gut tells me that if Duke is anywhere, he's there.
Wow, good thinking, Sam. Let's get some rescuers to help find Duke. They're professionals.
Let's go this way, they said. But there was still no sign of Duke.
Duke has got to be here somewhere.
They scrambled over hills and struggled over ditches. At last, their search ended.
Whoa, look out!
Quite by accident.
Are you okay?
We found him!
Wait, we found him?
We found our sleeping beauty. Excuse me, inquired Duke. Are you a vandal? Driver told me vandals break and smash things.
Wait a minute. That's not Sleeping Beauty. That's
Duke! Yes, it is, Duke. It's good to see you, old friend.
Yeah, well, we couldn't find the right time to until now. These kind explorers helped us to find you.
We've dropped in because we couldn't find your door. Falcon and Stuart will be pleased to see you. So they did remember, sighed Duke happily.
Of course they did, Duke. We couldn't stop talking about you to them.
Well, now that we found you, Duke, let's get out of here.
Then they all set off to Duke's new home. Stuart and Falcon were ready with a big welcome. He's here, they whispered. Shh, shh. You woke me up, grumbled Duke. In my young days, engines were seen and not heard, Grandpuff, we know. We'll all be back to work tomorrow. We're glad you've come back. We can keep you in order now. Keep me in order. Be off with you. Impudent scallywags, murmured Duke. But his old eyes twinkled, and for the first time in years he smiled as he dozed in the sun.
And that is the whole story. Did you all like it?
Yes, indeed, agreed the engines, especially the happy ending.
Well, that's good to hear.
And soon they were all asleep too. One morning, Percy was impatient. He was wearing a new coat of paint and longed for everyone to see it. The other engines were still dozing, but not Percy. Driver should be here by now. What's he doing? Sleeping, grunted Gordon. But that means I'll be late. The coaches will be waiting and the passengers will get cross.
That's rubbish, Percy.
Sam does have a point, Percy. It's still a little bit early. I mean, any good impatient engine seems to have a little bit of conflict.
But be careful or you might run into danger. And Duke is not here to save you. Duke, stuttered Toby. You mean our hero? A large painting of Duke hung in the engine shed.
Ha! The very same, Toby. In fact, Thomas, Sam and I have been through enough telling stories about their narrow-gauge engines. Could you please tell it this time?
Driver told me the story. Listen. And this is the story Thomas told him. Long ago, when Peter Sam was still called Stuart and Sir Handel Falcon, they worked with Duke on his old railway. But Falcon still had a lot to learn.
Falcon, I am very surprised that the manager loved your work today. Now you must learn the difficult part of the line. We call it the mountain road.
Falcon was excited.
Well, I'll take that as a yes. So tomorrow, when you will have your new coat of paint, you will go on it. But the only downside is that me, Sam, and Nicholas will help you out while Duke explains everything.
Huh, thought Falcon. Duke's an old fusspot. The next day came.
Okay, we gotta figure out what to do to get past the mountain road.
Oh, I got an idea.
What is it, Nicholas?
Well, seeing on how the mountain road is a little bumpy and a little steep for only one engine, I highly suggest that we need a leader to lead the train.
The mountain road is difficult. I'll lead.
Good, then it's settled then. Duke will lead. Suit yourself, Falcon. Changing plans, Duke. Falcon is gonna lead the train.
What does that even mean, Sam?
I have no idea, Nicholas, but I have a feeling that it's going to lead into serious trouble.
Look at the track, puffed Duke. Never mind the view. Fusspot, fusspot, replied Falcon. Fuddy-duddy, fuddy-duddy, fuddy-duddy.
Don't get any ideas, Falcon. Just keep going.
This is gonna be a long ride through this route.
The engine's speed grew slower and slower. Don't dawdle, urged Falcon. No hurry, puffed Duke.
Ugh, I am so hungry. It's been hours since we've left.
It's only been 15 minutes, Nicholas.
Oh, then... never mind.
You want a bag of Phineas and Ferb fruit snacks?
Oh, don't mind if I do. So, what are we heading to now?
Well, if you must know, Nicholas, it looks like we're heading towards a tunnel.
Falcon didn't like the tunnel. It was curved and he couldn't see. I want to get out, I want to get out, he sighed. One moment, everything seemed safe, then suddenly...
Oh no, this is not good.
Wow!
Falcon was derailed and hung dangerously over the edge.
Oh my gosh, Nicholas! Is that what you were aware of?
Yes.
Duke bravely held on with all his strength. Stop shaking, he called. I can't hold you if you shake.
Stay right here, guys. I believe there's a telephone box right on the other side of the tunnel. I'm going to call for help.
Right!
Right.
Oh man, this is even worse than the time I saw my furniture talking at my house after I drank so much grape juice! Ugh, no more bottles of grape juice before going to work. Hi! Wait. Why is every single furniture in my house only talking to me? Gee, what's with him? Too much of that grape juice, right? That was weird.
Then came more trouble.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong, Sam?
Duke needs more water.
How can Duke need more water?
I don't know, but I guess the real question is, where are we gonna find a water tower right here?
Huh. Maybe we could get some water from that cottage. Sam, you and Nicholas stay here. I'm gonna go up to the college to get some help.
Right.
Right.
Ooh. Hello, good sir. What can I do for you? Oh, hi. We need your help. Our engine Duke is trying to get Falcon out of the cliff, which he is hanging over the edge of, but Duke ran out of water, and we need your help to refill his tank. Then we shall help you and your friend. Come on, men! We need Duke's help!
Soon everyone was passing jugs, buckets, kettles and saucepans filled with water until Duke's thirst was quenched. All the while, Duke was building more strength. At last, with everyone's help, he was able to pull Falcon back onto the rails. Then, they started off once more.
Thank you for your help! Anytime, my friend. Anytime.
The manager was waiting at the top station. He apologised for the accident. Your Duke, said the passengers, is a hero. He stood firm like a bulldog and wouldn't let go.
Wow, I'm quite surprised to hear that.
So do I, Ben.
Me too.
Falcon was grateful too. Thank you for saving me, Duke. I don't know why you bothered after I'd been so rude. Oh well, replied Duke. You just had a new coat of paint. It would have been a pity if you'd have rolled down the mountain and spoilt it.
Duke is the hero of all the engines. This is a story about him. It happened long ago when Peter Sam was called Stuart and Sir Handel Falcon.
Many people came year after year to see the mountains and the lakes, and most of all, Duke.
Come on, guys! We mustn't disappoint our friends!
Good point, Ben.
Keep going, lad. We're nearly there.
Beep, beep, he whistled. One day, Duke didn't feel well. He was short of steam and glad of a rest.
Ugh, come on, you stupid. Guys, the screw isn't coming out.
Try turning the screwdriver the other way.
Oops. My bad.
Idiot. I wonder who'll be taking the afternoon train if it's not Duke.
Oh, I'm sure Duke can still pull it, Robert.
I know, but all the same, he didn't sound very good when we was bringing him up here, did he?
Oh, come on, Robert. You sound like you've given up.
What? No. I haven't given up on him. I was just saying, not all engines last forever. You follow me?
Yeah, but Duke's still got a few good years left in him. Haven't you, old boy?
His driver and fireman had just finished clearing his tubes when Stuart bustled in.
Oh, hi, Stuart.
Hello, Grandpuff, he teased. Are you short of puff? Nothing of the sort. This is routine maintenance.
Yeah, real life adult stuff that only professionals like me and the lads here know about.
You wouldn't understand, Stuart.
Tell you what, went on Stuart, you're getting old.
Hey. Don't you speak to an old hero like that.
We must take care of you in case you break down. Humph, boosted Duke. That'll be the day.
The bloody cheek.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Robert.
Couldn't be better, couldn't be better, he chanted happily.
You said it, Duke. I don't think I ever had a better evening in my life.
Neither have I.
I've plenty of steam, he puffed. We'll be up in a couple of puffs. But soon, Duke's puffs changed to wheezes. His valves were leaking steam.
Maybe we should give Duke an overhaul.
It's not so easy, it's not so easy, he croaked. But I'll manage.
It really looks like that, Sam.
At last they reached the station.
Oh my god. Thought we were going to be late there for a second.
Maybe we should examine Duke before we move on.
Good idea, Sam.
Anxious passengers waited for news.
Alright, people. We've got some good news, and we got some bad news. The good news is, Duke will be able to take you to the harbor. The bad news is, he might be late.
But more good news, 2 other engines are coming to help, so you'll still catch your boat.
I wonder who those 2 engines are.
I don't know, but I think we have a pretty good idea.
Falcon buffered up in front.
Poor old Grandpuff, what a shame you've broken down. Peep, peep, pip, teased Stuart. This is the day.
If anyone here is incredibly annoyed, say
I. You're not the only one, Robert.
Are you ready? Whistled Falcon. Yes, I am, replied Stuart. And away they went. When they reached the next station, the cavalcade split up. Falcon took Duke's passengers to the boat.
Oh no.
What is it, Sam?
If Falcon is leaving, that means...
Oh dear. How I really felt sorry for Duke.
As Henry, James and Gordon would say, that is...
Disgraceful!
disgusting!
And despicable.
Stuart headed Falcon's train with Duke coupled behind. Fancy me rescuing Grandpuff! This is the day, this is the day, he boasted. Poor old engine, poor old engine. But Duke still had plenty of steam left in him. His valves sounded worse than they were. They waited until they reached the hill.
Ready, Duke? And... now!
Duke puffed and roared as though he was pushing the whole train's weight before him. The noise echoed everywhere.
I can't wait to see the look on Stuart's face when he realized the joke.
When they reached the last station, everyone cheered. What happened? Asked the boy. They don't usually need two engines. Well, replied his father, Stuart broke down. Duke had to help him. Sounds as if he had a hard job, too. Fiddlestick! Exclaimed Stuart, and he vanished in a cloud of steam. Poor old engine, he teased.
Maybe you should think about this moment the next time you want to tease Duke, Stuart.
I know I'll remember this moment for a good long while.
Oh my gosh, the look on your face was priceless!
It's no good, Stuart. You can't win. If you should visit a place that has a lake in the woods and a beautiful waterfall, then you may also find two little engines called Skarloey and Renace. The engines know everybody and everybody knows them. There are two more engines, Sir Handel and Peter Sam. They used to be called Stuart and Falcon, but they like their new names better. One day, the Fat Controller sent Edward to the works to be mended. A big surprise awaited Edward.
Ah, Edward the Blue Engine, right on cue.
Oh, hi, Edward! You're probably wondering what me, Sam, and Skarloey are doing in the shed. You see... Alright, suit yourself, Skarloey!
But I do miss Renaeus. He's going to be mended. I wish I could be mended too and pull coaches again.
Oh, don't worry, Skarloey. I'm sure that one day you will be.
Just then, some workmen arrived. We're going to take you to the works now, Edward. Come along.
Oh, see you, Edward!
Yeah, we'll miss you.
Goodbye, Skarloey. Your railway is a lovely line,
Oh, it is, it is. You've cheered me up, Edward. Goodbye.
I wonder how Andrew is doing with Sir Handel.
When are these coaches gonna stop causing trouble for us?
There was worse to come. Some careless sheep had strayed onto the line.
I'd better back up to give the sheep some room to get across. Uh-oh.
They surged into Sir Handel and pushed him off the rails.
How are they even able to do that? Sorry about that, Sir Handel, but you can't pull the visitors train anymore. Where am I gonna find another engine at this time? I don't know.
Oh, come on, Andrew. You, me, and Sam can even help Skarloey to pull the train.
That is, if Skarloey thinks we can give it a try.
Well, alright then, let's get going.
Right.
The coaches stood at the platform. You might have hurt your passengers.
Yeah! What in the wide world were you thinking?
Do you want this railway to close down?
You're lucky we don't report you to the Fat Controller.
The coaches quivered.
That's okay. Just learn your lesson next time.
The guard blew the whistle, and their journey began. Skarloey remembered all the gates and stiles where he had to stop. The sun shone, the rails were dry. This is lovely, sang Skarloey.
Yeah, it's like being on a jolly holiday. In fact, oh, what a glorious day, bright as the morning in May. I feel like I could fly.
Ah, I see where you're coming from, Sam. Have you ever seen the grass so green, or a bluer sky? Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Skarloey. Skarloey makes your trip so light. When the day is grey and ordinary, Skarloey makes the sun shine bright. Oh, happiness is blooming all around him. The daffodils are smiling at the dove. When Skarloey rides with you, you don't feel blue, especially when he's got a useful crew. It's a jolly holiday with Skarloey. No wonder it's Skarloey that we love.
Presently the line grew steep, but Skarloey felt short of steam.
Take your time, Skarloey.
It'll be better downhill, Skarloey said to himself. But it wasn't. His springs were weak and the rail joints jarred his wheels.
Oh my! I don't think I've ever ridden the rails like this!
Me neither.
At last, a spring gave way.
What's happened, Skarloey?
I feel all crooked, cried Skarloey.
Skarloey doesn't look like he can make it. Maybe we need a bus to take our passengers.
What? No, Andrew! Please let Skarloey try again!
Yeah, he'll get them to the station or he'll burst.
Okay, but if he starts breaking down, we're calling a bus.
James was waiting at the platform. Clanging and clanking, Skarloey steamed in.
You're almost there, Skarloey.
I'll do it! I'll do it! I've done it.
Well done, Skarloey.
Hooray!
James collected his passengers and respectfully puffed away. Everyone was pleased with Skarloey, but he was still worried.
What is it, Skarloey?
Old engines can't pull trains like the young ones can.
Well, actually, there is one way they can.
By being mended, Old Faithful, and that's exactly what you're gonna get. You deserve it.
If someday you should see Thomas the Tank Engine puffing happily along the line, he may be on his way to a village nestled deep in the heart of the island of Sodor. One December morning, Thomas whistled to all his friends. "It's nearly Christmas, and I'll bring you lots of letters and parcels."
I can't believe it, Ben. We're gonna have another Christmas celebration on the island of Sodor.
I know, Sam. I can't believe it either, and this time it's going to be different.
What do you mean?
I've invited two of my good friends to join us. Their names are Hassan and Neil.
Wow, that's exciting. I can't wait to meet them.
Well, you don't have to wait, Sam, 'cause I think they're about to enter our door right about now.
Hey, Ben. Nice to see you again.
It's been a long time since we've seen you.
I know, guys.
Hello there.
Who's your friend, Ben? Ah, first prize. Hassan, Neil, Sam. Sam, Hassan, Neil.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Sam. Ben told us all about you.
Well, we have been going on a lot of adventures together.
Yeah, which reminds me, Sam, tomorrow we're helping Thomas and Percy with the mail. That is, if we don't have a storm. I probably should have said that. Hey, why don't we help the two of you help Thomas and Percy with the mail?
Good idea, Hassan.
Okay, we could use some extra hands. Well, it's getting late. We better get some rest.
Right.
But a week later, the storms came. The island was covered with thick snow. The engines found work difficult. Some had to help clear snow from the track, and workmen hacked away at the frozen banks of ice. "Driver said there's lots of posts for the village," said Thomas. "I'll need an extra truck for it all." "It's not fair. You're not leaving any posts for me."
Yeah, Thomas, you're being selfish.
I agree with you, Sam. We have rights to take posts to the village as well. It always has to be about you, isn't it, Thomas?
I feel so insulted.
"There's been a change of plan," said Thomas's driver. "The Fat Controller needs us at the big station."
Oh my gosh, what an honor!
We're going to help the village after all.
Yes!
Hooray!
What's the matter, Thomas?
"Don't worry," said Percy kindly. "It's not the same," sighed Thomas.
What's wrong, Ben?
I know Thomas had been a bit selfish, but I kind of feel a little bit sorry for him.
Now that you mention it, Ben, I do too. It's not fair.
We agree with you and Ben, Sam.
If only there was a way to cheer Thomas up. Well, not right now, Hassan. We got to deliver the post to the village.
On it!
Guys? What's that up ahead?
It looks like a frogman on the line. I better stop Percy.
Hello, sir. Sorry we ran over you. What's the problem?
The village is cut off by snow, he shouted. We need snowplows, workmen, and a helicopter.
Snowplows?
Workmen?
Helicopter? Boy, this is gonna be a long rescue.
Where are we gonna get all those things?
Leave your trucks in the sidings and go back quickly.
A few minutes later... Okay, I've made a list of all the things we need.
Right, so let's get started.
Yeah!
So, what's the first thing on the list, Ben?
A helicopter. Now, where are we gonna find a helicopter around here?
Well, there's only one helicopter we know.
Harold! That's it! Harold's what we're looking for!
Step on the gas, Percy!
Percy was soon steaming to Harold's airfield. Beep, beep, whistled Percy. Wake up, lazy wings.
Percy! Sorry about that, Harold. What he was trying to say is that the mountain villages need your help.
They're stranded, Harold.
Whiz-ow, replied Harold. I like an emergency to keep me warm. And he buzzed away.
Good, so that's a helicopter crossed out of the list.
Now, sighed Percy, what's next?
I'm looking... Aha! The final two things on our list are snowplows and workmen.
Where the heck are we supposed to find those?
Hey, does anyone else see Thomas coming towards us?
Thomas?
Suddenly, there was Thomas with Terence the tractor and a works train.
We're right behind you, Thomas.
Looks like it's gonna take a while to clear up all the snow.
Yeah, all this snow almost looks like a winter wonderland.
Why do I have a feeling that this is a song that Sam is going to...
This calls for a Christmas song.
call out?
This is the story of Thomas's Winter Wonderland. It's a winter wonderland. See the snow lay all around. Bells are ringing, ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding-dong. Sleigh bells jingle, home for the holiday we go, rushing to our winter wonderland. It's a winter wonderland. Little engine working hard. His snowplow heaving, chugga-chugga-chug-chug-choo. Bother this silly snow! Don't hold me up, please don't delay. Must get to my winter wonderland. It's Thomas's Winter Wonderland. Climb on board and join us if you can. See mainline engines rushing to and fro. Festive decorations, people rushing home. Branch line engines circle through the snow. Firesides blaze through winter haze. Happy holiday! Look, everybody! There's Thomas! And Percy! And James and Gordon and Henry! And look! Erin and Toby too!
Phew! All that snow shoveling finally paid off.
Harold was already there, busily dropping food to people and animals.
Good work, Harold.
Terence quickly got to work. Lovely stuff, he said as he pushed the snow aside. You're the best Santa Claus this village has ever had. What's a Santa Claus?
Santa Claus is somebody who drops presents down your chimneys at Christmas time.
Percy, why are you staring at your funnel?
No, Percy. Chimneys, not funnels.
Which reminds me, your post train is still back in the siding, isn't it?
Oh my gosh! We completely forgot about that.
You better go back and get them, Percy.
Percy hurried back to fetch it. Just then, Toby arrived with Henrietta.
Hello, Toby. What are you doing here?
We've brought lots of hot drinks and food for the villagers, he whistled.
Well, that was a nice gesture, Toby.
Boy, will tomorrow be exciting?
They loaded paint pots and parcels into Henrietta, then they set off through the moonlit countryside. He had no idea what the villagers were going to do, but he knew it was going to be a big surprise.
I think I'll go get a glass of warm milk. What the? Oh my gosh! Sam, Hassan, Neil, come and see this!
What is it, Ben? Whoa!
What have I missed? Oh my!
What?
Thomas? I think you and the others need to see this.
The sheds had been repainted and decorated. Parcels lay everywhere.
Wow, this was quite a surprise!
Now this is a way to celebrate Christmas.
We agree, Sam.
Definitely.
The engines whistled in delight and everyone agreed that it was really a happy Christmas.
Picture a land where the sky is so blue, a storybook land of wonder, a magical island just waiting for you. Island of Sourdough will make your dreams come true. Imagine a place where the sun always smiles, the valleys are green as can be. Friends that you love are all waiting for you. Island of Sourdough will make your dreams come true. Children, follow the dream to a land of make-believe.
Follow the road that leads to your dream. Over
hills and mountains. Look for the skies with stars in their eyes. Island of sorrow will make your dreams come true. Children, follow the dream to a land of make-believe. The island of sorrow, magical land where dreams come true.